Okay, computing measures with regrouping. We're going to start today with the American customary old-fashioned British system, and we'll take a look at the metric system later in the course. For the first example, we're going to use feet and inches. Keep in mind that there are 12 inches making up 1 foot. This means 1 foot and 12 inches means exactly the same thing. Now, if you have 14 inches, that's the same thing as 12 inches and 2 more inches. The 12 inches is 1 foot, and then there are 2 more inches. So 14 inches is 1 foot, 2 inches. Starting with quite a simple example, if you add 2 feet 4 inches plus 3 feet 5 inches, you just need to add the feet, there are 5, and the inches, there are 9, and the grand total is 5 feet 9 inches. To start with, this example looks pretty much the same. If you add 2 feet 8 inches plus 3 feet 6 inches, add up the feet first, then add up the inches. You end up with 5 feet 14 inches. It looks okay, but do you see the problem? We have 14 inches. That's more than a foot. So in reality, we have more than 5 feet. This means we need to do some fancy work. We're going to start with the 14 inches and we're going to split it up. We know that 12 inches is 1 foot, so we can take that out, and we have 2 inches left over. So we have 1 foot, 2 inches instead of 14 inches. Now we'll take our 1 foot, the 12 inches, and we'll mix it in with the feet, which leaves us with 2 inches left over. Now, if you look at what we have here, we have 6 feet, and we still have those 2 inches left over. So, our answer to 2 feet 8 inches plus 3 feet 6 inches is 6 feet 2 inches. Everything we do with measurements when we add or subtract can involve the same kind of borrowing, carrying, regrouping, because when we write the answer, we want to have the big unit of measure, which is feet in this case, and the small unit of measure being a number that is less than one of the big ones. Okay, for the second example, we're going to go quite quickly, but we're going to move between cups and quarts. Now, if you remember 4 cups is equal to 1 quart, we may end up with the same problem again. In the example, we have 2 quarts, 3 cups, plus 2 quarts and 1 cup. So we're going to add the quarts together and we're going to add the cups together. There are 4 quarts, and 3 plus 1, we have 4 cups. If you notice, we now have a problem because we have 4 cups, and that's the same as a quart. So we're going to take our 4 cups, we're going to put them together, they become 1 quart. We're going to move our extra quart, mix it in with the other quarts, so that we have 5 quarts. Now when we moved our quart over, we end up with 5 quarts, and there's nothing left for the cups. We have exactly 5 quarts, and no cups left over at the end. Subtraction works the same way as adding. If you need to do some regrouping, it goes the other way from the big unit of measure to the small unit of measure. Hopefully the next example will make everything nice and When you look at this example, We're going to be working with feet and yards. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So if you have 8 yards and 1 foot minus 5 yards and 2 feet, you're going to subtract the yards and subtract the feet. And hopefully you can already see the problem. The yards are no problem. We can take 8 minus 5 if we need to. But when you look at the feet, we have a problem because we have 1 foot minus 2 feet, and we need to solve this problem. Now, we can't do 1 minus 2, but what we can do is we can take one of the yards and move it over, change it into feet, and use it. Now, if we borrow one of the yards, that means we only have 7 yards left, but the 1 yard that we borrowed suddenly becomes 3 feet that we can add to our top number. And now we're going to have enough feet so we can finish our question. The 1 yard that we brought over is 3 feet. We're going to mix it together with the 1 foot that's already there on the top. And now we can see where we stand. We have 7 full yards left on the top, and we have 4 feet left on the top. Now, subtracting shouldn't be a problem. So we've got 7 yards on the top minus 5 yards on the bottom. We have 2 yards. We also have 4 feet on the top and 2 feet on the bottom. Subtract them, we're left with 2 feet. So our answer to 8 yards 1 foot minus 5 yards 2 feet is 2 yards and 2 feet.